also forgive yourself for, if you make mistakes and you are harsh on yourself. Just remember it's part of the process, and you want to keep going and don't feel like you have to throw away something because it didn't turn out the way that you wanted. Thank you so much for your continued support, everyone. I really do appreciate your patience, and I meant to have a video up last week. Today we're going to do a rather brief, but also try to do as much as I can with doing a step-by-step tutorial for creating a character. There are 5 things that we're going to talk about. And the first one is the purpose of the design, what obstacles the character goes through that changes them, that they overcome, and they learn from it. Understand your character from a day-to-day perspective. Explore and experiment while making mistakes, as well as the last one being have fun and be passionate about the creation. So those 5 things are very important, and we kind of touched based on them in the previous video of character design and how to just improve it. So we're gonna actually do that, and I figured it would also be fun to sort of bring a live action character from my favorite TV show and just sort of bring either TV show or movie. So let's get into it, and I hope that you'll enjoy this video. So thank you so much. All right, let's go. So here we are. I have the reference photos or inspiration, and if you know this movie, it's such a iconic movie from the 2000s, and I figured since I wanted to just have fun with this, as we all should, if you would like to join with me and create your own character, feel free to grab whatever reference you need. Okay, so what we're gonna do is brainstorm. What we're doing is putting out words that describe the characters from the movie. And so we're going to start off with Katie, then Regina, and go from there. So it's really good to just sort of like pick out personality traits and go from there. Word vomit, just really don't even think about it. So the first thing that we can do is start writing down words. We're gonna start off with Katie, and she is shy. Katie is also smart. Katie is, I'm trying to think. She's smart. She's shy. She's is there a word for like well put together? Awkward. Yes, she's awkward. And one last thing I would say is Katie is bold. Because essentially she is homeschooled, so brain. Oh my gosh. She's homeschooled. She's socially awkward because she has always been homeschooled, so being in a public high school is brand new to her, but she's also smart because she loves math, and shy because she doesn't really interact with others since she was homeschooled. And these are the personality traits that we're going to take into account when we're designing her character. And again, this is meant to be a fun process. Just enjoy the process, really have fun and explore the different shape language and body language. It will inform the design, but it's okay to just sort of like have fun. refine the character in the final stages. It is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to make a bad character design, because at the end of the day, it is just a really cool and fun way to bring a character to life. What I was saying is, have fun with the process, enjoy it, and don't be afraid to make mistakes, because all of this is a learning curve, and it's okay to make mistakes. And so we're going to go on to Regina and list out words for her. Regina, she's pretty. She is she's sassy. She is there are there's a lot of different personalities, and I'm just trying to limit it to 3 or 4, because the fewer numbers the better. I would say she's intelligent, because intelligent can imply that she knows what she's doing. And she's powerful, because essentially she is this queen bee of the high school, and that should inform her character design. So hopefully that kind of helped. Hopefully that kind of helped show what this is, and sort of give you a backstory on what kind of characters we're dealing with. So again, Katie's shy at first. She doesn't really know what's going on. She's unaware. So let's kind of start off with that, shall we? So right here, she has a checkered shirt and jeans. It's a little bit of dark colors. It's a lot of dark, muddy colors. So it kind of plays with her personality trait. So pretty much what you do is you sort of just have fun with it. Remember, this is the part where you want to sketch, have fun, and really experiment with different styles of the character. Like, don't be afraid to really exaggerate some parts. And I'm just using a regular brush. Looking at the inspiration, drawing, this is not meant to be good. This is just a sort of, this is just the beginning. So don't be afraid to just have fun with it. And what I'm doing is just sort of copying the pose and using it as a reference. So she has like her hands, and the clothes is just sort of covering it. So what we're doing is just sort of copying it and sort of changing it along the way. And her eyes, her face is very like, it's very centered in the middle. So let's see how that does. So that's kind of like that. It's really like scrunched up in the middle, and her eyes are rather small. I mean, this is from a different perspective. So again, you draw inspiration from it, but you don't want to just copy it. But this is a exercise. So hopefully it'll be good. So pretty much, so she has this jacket on, and underneath she has a checkered shirt. And pretty much, so we just want to try and draw that. So this is like, again, it's very loose, it's very sketchy. You don't want to be so confine yourself into like this space of having everything be perfect. Just be okay with making mistakes, and being okay with like not scrapping, and just really go through the process of figuring out what is or isn't working, because this is all part of the process. It's part of the creative process, and trying to figure out what is or isn't working. we're going through this process, and this character design that I have, it really emphasizes a lot more the design because that the shape language as well as the design from the face shape to the body language, it really is nice. The final design of the eyes to like the mouth, and I want to make sure that everything works together. The relationship between the design and the head to the body to the legs and feet, everything just sort of has to sort of fall in place. But in all honesty, I would like to emphasize more that it is okay for characters to have a flaw. For example, big hips, big hips are okay. People who are models have thinner waist, but having wider hips is okay because, we're human, we have flaws, and a character design that has a flaw really relates to the character, and that is why it is important. I really like the different types of styles that I explored because this middle one here is a little bit more cartoony. If it were targeted towards children, it would be a little bit more cartoony, but because it's more targeted towards teenagers, I can explore what it's like to a character with semi-realistic and not totally cartoony or completely realistic. It's a nice in between. So that's what I really like. Okay, so let's get into designing Regina George. Perky, she seemingly has her life together and is looked up to as an inspiration from other people, or just generally the whole school. Like the whole school knows about her. So that should inform the design. And so let's get into it then, shall we? Line of action is important when designing a character because it informs the posture and the presence of the character. So you want the presence of the character to inform the viewer of like what the character's importance is in the storytelling. So what I mean by that is how the character presents herself. So she's perky, so she has like a confidence. She's confident about literally everything that she does. So making sure that that is shown. She wears heels, and it's a tight fitting shirt. It's not loose. It fits her body very well. And so having that, her hair is almost always straight. It's never in a ponytail. She always wears it down, and that's important to her character. I'm just sort of explaining my process, but being a little bit more loose, we're going to go into a time lapse video to explore the other styles and variations like I did with Katie. All right, so I know that I mentioned in the last video that we're gonna do 3 characters, but I'm gonna save myself the sanity and just stick to 2. So we are going to erase Janice, and as much as I would love to, maybe this could be a future project. But for now, we're gonna stick with Katie and Regina and go from there. So Katie and Regina are both opposites because you have one character that is unsure of what they want in the beginning, and Regina is like posed, powerful and pretty. So they are essentially the opposite. And overcoming an obstacle, it's good. Oh my god, my brain is not working today. Okay. So far, okay. So the brainstorming that we've done so far is exploring words and how they relate to the personality of the character. And we've explored different designs for both Katie and Regina, and they've come out pretty good. I would say that this is a brief step-by-step tutorial because take it with a grain of salt and understand that I also am learning. I'm learning to make mistakes and being okay with them because it's part of the process. And I hope that you also take it easy and okay, so I spent some time just sort of using the first sketch as a reference and let that inform the character design. So you have Katie on the left, and I was using it as a sort of, you know, I was using it as a template and building on top of that and tried to incorporate her, like she's smart, but she's also awkward. So she's kind of like, I would say she doesn't want confrontation and she doesn't enjoy conflict because she doesn't really know how to interact with people. And so that's why I sort of gave her this like heightened, like posed, like she's very tense, and that is the main factor of her design. And so we have Regina on the right, and she presents herself and knows how to interact with others and really present herself as a powerful figure in society. These type of background information that I'm telling you, this is essential to character building because this will help inform your character design, and I've said it, and I really think that this is essential, an element in character design that really can bring your character design to fruition. I really love this character interaction because it really shows the dynamic relationship between the two. I really think that it's that will show how they interact in the animation. We had a lot of different designs and sketches for them, and on the left is Katie and on the right is Regina. Katie was a little more harder to work with because essentially she is awkward, so I tried to figure out the style, and the style for both were relatively the same because they have to coexist together and it has to be believable that they are in the same world. And so I chose this character. I chose this version that I drew, and this character, this style, this variation. So I chose these two variations and I brought them together. This was the first pass, the second, and the third. In the final pose, it's really nice, and I think it came together pretty well. There are some things that I would fix, like for example, I really like 2 the best because it's more loose and less refined, and you keep the volume of the character more, but understand that it is okay to make mistakes and learn from them because it is essential to the learning process of character design and figuring out what elements of the design do work and what doesn't. Thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun creating these characters, and this was essentially a step-by-step tutorial on how to sort of approach character design. And I hope to do something more detailed because it would be such a great way to help out others who are learning to, create your own original character or OC. It's really a fun process, and never be afraid to take as much time as you need for this process because it is such a fun way to really explore all the different possibilities that come with creating your own character. And I really hope that this has helped you in any way. I tried my best to really contribute any knowledge and personal experience I've had as an artist for the past 10 years. And if this video has helped you in any way, give it a thumbs up. And I hope to make more of these. So if you enjoyed my own take on creating a character based on a movie or a show. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you would like to see next because I really am trying to figure that out, and leave a comment below. And if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.